The US is working with India on a proposal to co-produce extended-range artillery and infantry vehicles to meet its operational requirements along its border with China, and addresses its coercion and harassment, a top Pentagon official of the US said on Thursday, July 20th of 2023, according to the Indian news media Economic Times of India. This is a part of the unprecedented steps being undertaken by the Biden administration of US to enable its allies and partners to contribute to deterrence into the Indo-Pacific region, said Mr. Eli Ratner, Assistant Secretary of Defense for US for the Indo-Pacific Security Affairs, in prepared opening remarks for its congressional hearing on China. The hearing is taking place at a time when relations between the US and China have been hit badly amid the disputes over the human rights, access to technology, China's territorial claims in the South China and the East China Sea, and threats against self-governing Taiwan. Pentagon is supporting Japan's efforts to acquire counter-strike capabilities, working with Australia as it develops an indigenous capacity to manufacture guided weapons and explosives ordnance. Implementing a new inaugural technology initiative with India focused on co-development and co-production of major defense platforms, and working with Southeast Asian countries to acquire asymmetric capabilities suited to combating China's coercion and harassment, and more. Most recently with India, the US committed to co-produce jet engines and strengthen cutting-edge technologies and defense industrial cooperation during the Prime Minister of India's state visit. US is working with Indian counterparts and proposal to co-produce extended-range artillery and infantry vehicles to address India's operational requirements along its border with the People's Republic of China, said Mr. Ranta before the House Select Committee on China. The Indian and the Chinese troops are locking in over 3 years confrontation in certain friction points in the eastern Ladakh, even as the two sides completed disengagements from several areas following extensive diplomatic and military talks. The ties between the two countries nosedived significantly following the fierce clash in the Galwan Valley in June of 2020 that marked the most serious military conflict between two sides in decades. India has made it very clear to China that until there is a peace and tranquility in the border areas, the relationship between two countries cannot progress. The Indian Air Force Maintenance Command has developed a satellite-based real-time aircraft tracking system that can get information about the location of an aircraft, a senior official of India said on 20th July and Thursday of 2023, according to the Indian news media Economic Times of India. The Indian Air Marshal and the Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief Maintenance Command said the aircraft tracking system would be implemented once the final trial funding in the eastern sector gets over. One of the base repair depths under the aegis of the Indian Air Force Maintenance Command has indigenously developed a real-time aircraft tracking system, where the Air Force can get an update on the location of the flying aircraft every 30 seconds. So what do you think? Will US and India extend these kinds of military sharing techs and manufacturing in India? India and Israel discussed cooperation for the development of the advanced defense technologies, with a focus on the unmanned systems during the Defense Ministerial bilateral meeting in India on Thursday. According to the Indian media Economic Times of India, Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and his counterpart Benjamin Gantz met intending to further strengthen the existing framework of the Indo-Israeli defense cooperation architecture. The two sides discussed issues concerning the bilateral and regional matters, as well as the existing military activities being conducted like a joint development and the training. A cooperation agreement has been signed between the Indian DRDO and Israel's Director of Defense R&D, which will enable the expansion of the technological collaborations and development between the countries, an Israeli embassy spokesperson said in a statement. The minister discussed the partnership within the government-to-government frameworks, military training, and technological cooperation with focus on the UAVs and defensive capabilities, said the spokesperson. India has had close military relations with Israel, with joint projects underway like air defense missile systems and advanced electronics. Israel is among the top suppliers of the military equipment to India. With contracts for drones, radars, and ammunition being placed in the past, several Israeli companies have formed a joint venture with Indian defense players to target Make in India projects of the Defense Ministry of India. India has placed its first order of the indigenously developed air-to-air missiles in a move that will cut dependency on the Russian for the munitions and give the bulks of its fighter jets a combat edge that was missing during the Balakot airstrike engagements with the Pakistan Air Force. According to the Indian media EconomicTimes of India, the order worth of Rs 2,971 crores for the Astra Mk1 Beyond Visual Range BVR air-to-air missile system was signed by the Bharat Electronic Limited of India for an undisclosed number of missiles. These will be fitted on board the Su-30 Mk fighter jets on the Indian Air Force, as well as the naval MiG-29K or KUB carrier-borne combat aircrafts. Developed by the Defense Research Organization of India, now the DRDO, Astra Mk1 outranges the current set of Russian-origin air-to-air missiles being used by the Air Force that was found wanting during an aerial face-off in the aftermath of the Balakot airstrike in 2019. In the counter-strike attempt, Pakistan Air Force F-16s equipped with the US-supplied AIM-120 missiles could lock on and fire at the Indian Sukhoi 30 MKIs from across the border. While the Sukhois were not hit as they were performed evasive maneuvers, according to the EconomicTimes of India, the Indian jets could not strike back on F-16 as they remained out of range. The DRDO developed the missile has a range over 100 kilometers, giving the Air Force extended time to take on the threats from across the border. These missiles are set to progressively replace all the Russian imports of long-range air-to-air missiles in the future, and further variants are being developed that will take their targets range beyond 200 kilometers. Besides, the Astra will be integrated onboard the Tejas light combat aircraft Mk1A that is currently under production by the HAL, as well as the future indigenously developed fighter jets of India. It is however unlikely to be integrated with Rafale fighter jets in the immediate future due to the technical reasons. Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.